Hello students. Today we are going to start a new chapter in mathematics. This is your chapter number 5 and its name is data handling. Though you have studied a lot about data handling in your previous classes and you all find it to be an easy chapter. So this time in this introduction video, we are going to have a recap of what all you have done and how to find out various things and what all there is in the chapter. Let's start with data first of all. What is data? The word data means collection of information in the form of numerical figures or a set of given facts. Whatever you gather the information from any source, that is called data. For example, the birthdays of Avni is on 15 September 2004, Sanchit, Vani, Gunjan, Prakhar. There are various dates of their birthdays. So this is a data. Like if you'll collect the information that what kind of cars you are having in your society, one is having Mercedes, one is having Omni, one is having Maruti 800, one is having sports car, whatever data if you will collect, whatever information you will collect, that is data. Now, data is also of two types. Suppose if you have collected the birthdays of your class roll number wise, like roll number one is on birthdays on this date, this date, that is raw data. That is the observations in an organized form is called raw data. So this is also called primary data. Now, in order to draw some meaningful inferences from any data, we need to organize the data systematically. It has to be in some system. For example, for your class, it's a very simple example you use in your daily life. For your class board, you people arrange a birthday list. It could be of two types. One is in the form of roll numbers, but for your convenience, the better way of observing it is in the form of month. That how many and which students are having their birthdays in the month of January, who are having their birthday in February. So that is a systematic arrangement of the data which you have gathered. So that is called the data in an organized form which you put on your board that January is having these students' birthday. Or another example is you collect the information. Your teacher must have collected that this student is coming by bus, this student is coming by van. But on the board, she organized it in a manner that this is not roll number wise categorized. She categorized it according to van students, on footers, bus students. So that is all is the organized data. And that organized data is called secondary data. This is the basic chapter. The secondary data is the observations in an organized form or arranged systematically is called secondary data. Now come to the name of the chapter, data handling. You must have not went ever in the depth of the name. It is how you are handling the information you are having, means how you are handling the data you are having is called data handling. Means you have to arrange your data, you have to manage, you have to handle your data in a easier way so that it can be visible through a look, or not to read so many informations. Just the simple looking or a little bit of study can tell you the brief of the thing. It is going to use in various businesses, either you do jobs, business, whatever. This data handling is going to be used every. So there are various ways of data handling also. Like first we are going to start with organizing data. How to organize your data? In this, you use one term, frequency. What is frequency? It gives the number of times that a particular entry occurs. For example, if you have taken 5 students for the month of February, so 5 is the frequency for February. This word will be more clearer to you with an example. If I have taken this data that we are having this cars in our lane, like EcoSport, Civic, SUV 500, Amaze, then again EcoSport, then again Civic, then EcoSport. So we will be, this is the raw data. Now we will arrange this data, we will organize this data, which is you have already done in frequency distribution table form, right? So what is in this frequency distribution table? EcoSport is how many times? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So when this is 5 times, what you have to do is 5 times of telemarks would be there. For this, you have to keep it in one thing more in mind. ये नहीं है कि you will be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How you will be managing this is इकोस्पोर्ट आया तो वन, टेलीमार्क 1 करा, देन सिविक टेलीमार्क 1, देन जहां पर आप डेटा आप चेक करते जाएंगे और टेलीमार्क्स आप 1 1 1 1 ऐड करते जाएंगे. आफ्टर द फोर्थ वन, व्हेन यू आर हैविंग फोर्थ, अगर उस पर फिफ्थ नंबर आता है तो आप उसको फिफ्थ पर एक क्रॉस करके 4 से एक बंच बनाते हैं, लाइक दिस इज अ बंच. 4 से 5 तक एक ये बंच बन गया, सो दैट इट इज इजी टू काउंट. यहाँ पर मैंने कम एग्जांपल्स दिए हैं. सपोज इफ इट इज 20, तो 4 बंच आपको इमीडिएटली बता देंगे दैट दिस इज 20 इन नंबर. So this is telemark, and frequency is 5 EcoSports are there, 3 Civic are there, 1 Amaze is there, and SUV is 2. 2 SUVs are there. So this is the easy way of reading rather than having the full data. Like, see, अब यहाँ पर आप ये पढ़ रहे हैं कि आपकी लेन में ये कार्स हैं. It is difficult to manage, but here from here you can quickly in a second tell that 5 EcoSports are there. So this you have organized the data in a better way. So this is handling of your data. And I hope you all have done this telemarks question earlier also. And you must remember the word telemarks. But the table, the name of this is frequency distribution table. This also you are going to do in this chapter again, that how you have made this. Moving ahead, the next is grouping data. अभी आपके पास जो डेटा था उसमें सिंगल चीजें थी, लाइक मारुति है तो वो एक है, अमेज है तो वो एक नाम है. बट ग्रुपिंग डेटा में एक कैटेगरी डाल देते हैं हम. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, दिस इज द सेम. मार्क्स ऑफ 20 स्टूडेंट्स एक मैथ्स टेस्ट में दे रखे हैं, 11, 4, 27, 18. नाउ दिस वी विल नॉट राइट वन नंबर सेपरेटली. व्हाट वी विल डू इज we will make groups. So here marks range from 3 to 29. The smallest number here, find out the smallest number and the greatest number. What is the smallest number here? Find out. The smallest number, the smallest number here is this 3, and the greatest number is 29. Okay, these are the two numbers, smallest and greatest, you are having. Now if you are having these two numbers, so you have to make a table according to this. What we will be doing is, we have made the groups like 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, and it keeps on going till the last number is 29. So it is in the multiple of 5, so it would be 25 to 30. In the previous question, when you have organized the data, their intervals like this are not there. That was just one thing, like a maze, or it could be, if it is one number only, then that is the other type of frequency table. This frequency table is having the class intervals 0 to 5, 5 to 10. This is class interval. Now how you will be solving this? Some students find out ki 0 to 5 में कितने हैं, they keep on counting from this and then mark 2. Don't do it in that manner, it can get some mistake as well. The best way to do is, आपने पहले ये इंटरवल्स बना लिए और टेलीमार्क्स की हेडिंग लिख दी. फ्रीक्वेंसी वी विल डू इन द एग्जैक्टली लास्ट वन. तो आप क्या किस तरीके से करेंगे इसको? सी, फर्स्ट यू विल बी टेकिंग 11. आपने 11 का, 11 कौन सी कैटेगरी में आएगा? 11 विल बी इन द कैटेगरी ऑफ 10 to 15. यहाँ पर 1 लिखा और यहाँ से 11 को कट कर दिया. देन यू विल बी टेकिंग 4, 4 इज इन द कैटेगरी ऑफ 0 to 5, यहाँ पे 1 लगाया और यहाँ पर उसको कट कर दिया या सर्कल कर दिया या वॉट एवर दिस सॉर्ट ऑफ यू विल बी डूइंग. देन 27 इज इन द कैटेगरी ऑफ 25 to 30, यहाँ पर 1 करा. तो दिस वे यहाँ पर आप कट करते जाएंगे एंड ऑन द टेबल यू विल बी कीप ऑन मेकिंग दैट. दिस वे एंड आपका आ जाएगा. टैली मार्क्स अगर आपके 4 से ज्यादा आ रहे हैं तो 5 पर आप इस तरीके से क्रॉस करेंगे एंड फ्रीक्वेंसी इस तरीके से आप टोटल जो भी यहाँ पर आएगा उसको लिख देंगे. दिस इज 2, दिस इज 2, दिस इज 5. ओके, सो आई विल बी रिमूविंग दिस so that it won't, while writing something you won't get confused that this is 2, but I hope this is understood by you all. So this is the way of organizing this data by grouping. यहाँ पर आपने उनको ग्रुप करा. Now in this class interval point there are some more things. This 0 to 5 is the class interval, 5 to 10 is the class interval, 10 to 15, these all are class intervals. So if we'll take the class interval of 5 to 10, the class size, there is one more term for you, class size. Class size क्या होता है? This 5 is the lower limit and 10 is the upper limit. This is in every interval. Like in 0 to 5, 0 is the lower limit and 5 is the upper limit. Here 5 is the lower limit, 10 is the upper limit. Here 10 is the lower limit and 15 will become the upper limit. So class size is whatever interval you are taking. For example, here we have taken the interval of 5 to 10. So your class size would be upper limit minus lower limit. That is 10 minus 5, that is 5. So the class size everywhere should be same. The gap between two numbers here is 5 everywhere, right? And one more term is class mark. Class mark क्या होता है? When you will adding these two numbers, जो भी आपके class interval में है, take those two numbers, add them and divide by 2. Or you can say the midpoint of a class interval, or you can give another name, average. So you will be adding 5 plus 10 divided by 2. So here the class mark is 7.5 of the interval 5 to 10. Like class size is same for all the intervals, but class marks are surely different in every interval. So wherever you are being asked class mark, you will be have to careful that which class intervals class mark has been asked. Now we will, whatever you have learnt here or understood here, we will be reading this in form of definition. That class mark, what is? See, in grouping data, presentation of data in classes along with the corresponding frequencies. Here you are having the classes. Classes means the class intervals, whatever you are taking. We will be taking the class intervals. So classes we are taking, उसके सामने उसकी कुछ भी corresponding frequency आती है. That is called grouped frequency distribution. Okay, grouped distribution है frequency का. Class interval क्या होता है? Like if here it is 10 is to 20 is the group, then it is class interval. 10 is the lower limit and 20 is the upper limit. Then the difference between upper and lower class limit is called the class size or the width of the class. Okay, this we have done through example also. Then midpoint of a class or the average of a particular class is called the class. Okay, now moving ahead to the next way of handling the data is pictograph. This all of you must have enjoyed in your class 7th as well. Pictograph बनाना सबको बहुत आसान लगता है, interesting और easy लगता है. A pictograph is the representation of data using images, and most of you take a smiley face most of the time. Pictograph represents the frequency of data while using symbols or images that are relevant to the data. Suppose उसमें trees हैं तो बच्चे tree बनाते हैं, cars बनाते हैं, houses बनाते हैं, और you can make any other figure also, any shape also, but you have to specify that. And this is one of the simplest ways to represent statistical data. For example, if you are given this question that in week 1, 5 weeks are given to you, and number of people who came to the club. 55, 60, 65, 40 and fifth week में 70 people आए club में. Now you have to represent this information in the form of pictograph. इसमें अब हम टेलीमार्क्स वाला फ्रीक्वेंसी टेबल नहीं बना सकते बिकॉज द नंबर्स आर टू हाई, और पिक्टोग्राफ बनाना है तो उसके लिए हम कंसिडर कर लेते हैं अपनी क्वेश्चन के अकॉर्डिंग दैट वी कैन टेक one symbol of smiley or tree or whatever you feel like to be 10, और हम 5 का भी बना सकते हैं, and even if you want bigger or less images to symbols to draw you can make 20 also. Now for my pictograph I have taken one football symbol, and one football symbol of mine I have taken to be 20 people. Okay, so first week में 55. So one football is 20, another is 20, that is 40, and 55. I have to make 15. So 15 is the 3/4 of a ball. I'll give you one more example. If 20 is one full football, then half football would be, if I have taken full football to be 20 people at the club, then half football would be 10 people, and 3/4 of the people, this is half, and this is one more half of half, 1/4. So this is 3/4 of the fraction, that would be 15 people, and 1/4 only if I will be taking, this is 5 people. It is easy to divide, or I can take 10 also if you will feel like, but that depends upon you. This is just for the explanation. So how to find out how many you have to make? Now 60, it's very easy. 60 can be taken by, divided by 20, it will be giving you 3. So second week में 3 balls we will be making, it shows 60 people. 65 is 60 plus 1/4 of the ball. Then fourth week is 40, and this is 60 plus 10 is 70. Here in pictograph, the most important thing is to draw the scale, that one football is equals to 20 people. This is the most important thing you have to do. So this is the pictograph, then one way of representing data. Now we'll move to the bar graph. This, I hope all of you have drawn it once or twice or so many times. Bar graph, for bar graph we use that green paper, the box one, but it's not necessary that every time you have to make the graphs that is green graph paper. It's giving you the more precise idea, but we draw it in normal form also. A bar graph, or its other name is bar chart, is a chart or graph that represent categorical data with rectangular bars. इसमें जो हम ग्राफ बनाते हैं उसके बार्स जो होते हैं, रेक्टेंगल शेप में हम बार्स बनाते हैं. इफ यू रिमेम्बर, आई विल गिव यू वन एग्जांपल आल्सो. इसमें जो हम बार्स बनाते हैं, ये बार्स की लेंथ तो डिपेंड करती है कि कितनी उसका इंटरवल है, क्या है, बट द विड्थ, दिस इज द विड्थ. ये विड्थ जो होती है ये हर बार इक्वल होनी चाहिए. विड्थ शुड बी सेम. हाइट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द क्वेश्चन, बट विड्थ शुड बी सेम एवरी टाइम. So he is saying with rectangular bars of heights of or lengths proportional to the value they represent. Whatever the value he told you to make in the question, according to that we will make the height, right? Length उसकी proportional होगी, किस बात पर depend करता है, जो value उसकी दे रखी है. Then is the bars can be plotted vertically भी हो सकता है और horizontally भी होता है, but every time we used to draw it vertically. तो एक mind में set हो जाता है कि bar graph वही होता है जो vertically होता है, but the bar graph could be horizontal as well. A vertical bar chart is sometimes called a column chart as well. Columns बने हुए हैं इसमें. I'll show you one vertical also and one horizontal also. Here you have studied what is bar graph. Now we'll study its two types further, horizontal and vertical bar graph. This is the vertical bar graph. Suppose this is the question given to you that red, orange, yellow, green and blue colors are there, and there are students who like these colors. So you have to draw it in a bar graph. So this is the bar graph in a vertical form. Here you have to find out various things, that parts of a graph. यहाँ पर हमने ये this one is the x axis, it is shown also. Horizontal axis हमने x axis ही होती है. This is the vertical axis and this is called y axis. Okay, here is the title. You must write the title that makes a complete bar graph. That students favorite colors. किस चीज का आप bar graph बना रहे हैं, minimum number of words में आप title explain करेंगे. X axis पर आप लेंगे colors, so you will be writing that this is color. And y axis पर आप क्या ले रहे हैं, you have to mention that. So many times students forgot to write the what are you representing on x and y axis. This is number of students. Now, as it is having number 7, 11, 15, 12, 10. So we have taken the gap of 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 and 18. So first red color is 7. So in between 6 and 8 the number is 7. So we have plotted a graph bar for red color till 7. Then orange is till 11, yellow is till 15, green is till 12 and blue is till red. Here I have done the coloring also so that it would be clear to you, but it's not necessary to color because this is a graph of color, but not necessary every time you are having the colors. For every graph, the main thing is the width of the bars should be equal, not necessarily the height would be same. The height varies on the data given to you. So this is the vertical bar graph. This is another way of representing the data. The other way is the horizontal bar graph. Here the students are given some subject science, subjects are given science, English, history, maths and music, and number of students who have passed this exam. So here I have taken this horizontal bar graph. Here x-axis I have taken number of students passed and on y-axis I have taken subjects. Though we are using this type of bar graph very rare because it's little more complex than the earlier one, or you can say most of the time you have made the previous one, so that's more easy to do. So here we have taken the gap of 10, 0 to 10, 10 to 20. I have not written title here because it's just to tell you that this is a horizontal bar graph. And you have to be careful about one more thing. You must put arrows on both the sides and you must put the word x-axis or y-axis all the time. Like here you have to put the arrow always. Keep it in mind कि ये इसके बिना it is incomplete. Always you have to take care that this is an arrow. It means it can go further. And you will always write here that this is y-axis. And similar way you will be writing that on the horizontal there you have taken x-axis. Keep it in mind forever. And here we have written also that this is number of students passed and this is subjects, right? So I hope this bar graph is of two types, vertical and horizontal. You understood. Now there is one more type of bar graph that now we'll study. This is called double bar graph. This is used at various places. Suppose if you have to, here I have taken the marks of two students. Basically, this double bar graph is used to make comparison. That in maths, Jack got 60 mark and John got 80. Science में Jack got 70 and John got 60. So how to represent it on a graph? See, here I have taken the yellow color for Jack. I have mentioned that here. And blue color I have taken for John. On the x-axis, I have taken the subjects and on the vertical axis I have taken the marks. I have taken the gap of 10, 10, 10. I have not written a few things here that you will need to write in your questions. This is just the explanations, so that is okay, but while doing the questions you have to write each and everything, that here on the x-axis you will be writing that these are subjects, and here on the y-axis you will be writing marks, right? X-axis, y-axis, everything you need to mention on a graph always. Like this will keep on going like arrow, and this is y-axis. Completely you have to write always, and this is arrow and this is x-axis. Now I have taken maths marks of Jack and Joan. So maths में blue color I have taken of 6 till 60, and yellow color I have taken till 60 Jack, and blue color is of 80. तो इसमें देखने में ही विजुअलाइज हो पा रहा है कि मैथ्स में जॉन के मार्क्स इंक्रीज हुए, साइंस में जॉन के मार्क्स डिक्रीज हुए, ज्योग्राफी में जॉन के मार्क्स डिक्रीज हुए, एंड इंग्लिश में भी जॉन के मार्क्स डिक्रीज हुए. सो ओनली वन सब्जेक्ट इज देयर जिसमें जॉन के मार्क्स ज्यादा है और बाकी सब में जैक के मार्क्स ज्यादा हैं. So this is called double bar graph. It is also used to compare your marks if you are taking term 1 marks and term 2 marks. That can also be represented by this double bar graph. Okay. Now one more type of bar graph is there, that is histogram. There is a slightly difference between histogram and bar graph, and what that is, histogram is a type of bar graph. A histogram displays the shape and spread of continuous sample data. Horizontal axis में इसमें class interval आता है, और vertical axis is heights of the bar showing frequency as you have done in the bar graph. There is no gap between the bars as there is no gap between the class intervals. This is the only difference between bar graph and histogram, that in between the bars there is no gap. See, इसमें आप बार ग्राफ में ये गैप्स रखते हैं, हिस्टोग्राम में आपके गैप्स नहीं होते हैं. इट इज अ कंटिन्यूअस ग्राफ. ओके, दिस इज द ओनली डिफरेंस बिटवीन बार ग्राफ एंड हिस्टोग्राम. इसमें फर्स्ट लाइन एक्स एक्सिस से जो स्टार्ट होती है वो वाई एक्सिस के पैरेलली स्टार्ट होती है फ्रॉम द वेरी फर्स्ट पॉइंट, नो गैप्स इन बिटवीन. This is the only difference between bar graph and histogram, and in detail you will be studying it further with the exercise as well. Okay, this is I have shown to show the difference between bar graph and histogram. Moving ahead to the another way of handling data is pie chart. This is you have studied in class 7th, but not how to make it. Pie chart is also called circle graph or pie graph. This is very interesting to make. A circle graph shows the relationship between a whole and its part. It represents the data by mean of sectors. आपने जो अभी तक सर्कल में आप सेक्टर्स पढ़ते थे, इफ यू रिमेम्बर, तो इसमें वो सेक्टर्स बनेंगे. आई शो यू वन कि सेक्टर्स क्या होते हैं. It's like a slice of pizza as well, you can say. Like if this is a circle, ये आपका रेडियस, ये आपका सेंटर है. तो जब आप दो रेडियस बनाते हैं, तो दो रेडियस बनाने पर ये जो आपको सेक्शन मिला, ये वाला, दिस सेक्शन इज कॉल्ड अ सेक्टर. तो पाई चार्ट में हम इस तरीके से वेरियस सेक्टर्स रिप्रेजेंट यूज करते हैं टू रिप्रेजेंट द डेटा. उसमें एक सेंट्रल एंगल निकलता है. आई विल टेल यू इन द नेक्स्ट slide how to find it out. This is an example like a topping of the pizza. This is given to you that onions are 4%, peppers are 43%, sauces are 19%, mushrooms are 14% to form a pizza. This is in percentage. But I will tell you in degree as well. आपको इसमें तीन चीजें आनी चाहिए: percentage form, fraction form, as well as in degree form. I'll tell you now, I'll explain you here in detail how to make a pie chart, and in exercise you will be trying once on your own. The following table shows the number of hours spent by a child on different events on a working day. Let's see how we use the adjoining information on a pie chart. This is the information that a student spends school 6 hours, sleep 8 hours. I'm sure it's different these days, but it's a general point to explain you. The TV you are watching for 1 hour, this is actually interchange between TV and school. Others is 3 hours. So we will be, how we will making this as a pie chart. The central angle for various informations can be calculated as sum of hours है आपके पास total 24 in a day. This is in your previous slide given to you that activity or number of hours are given to you to be in the question. Now, how to find your central angle? You have to see 6 is the number of hours you are given for school. You have to divide it with total sum, जो इसका sum आएगा 24. Then with that sum, you have to multiply it with 360. Now, why we have taken 360? Because angle around a point in a circle measures 360 degree. So we have taken 6 into upon 24 into 360. When you solve it, you will be getting 90. 8 hours आपने लिए. So again 8 को divide करेंगे 24 से, that is the sum of hours we have taken in the starting, और multiply करेंगे 360 से तो 120 आएगा. सिमिलरली हमने सभी के सेंट्रल एंगल निकाले. अब हम इन सेंट्रल एंगल्स को एक सर्कल में रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे विद द हेल्प ऑफ प्रोटेक्टर, एंड यू कैन डू इट विद द हेल्प ऑफ कंपास ऑल्सो. यू हैव लर्न हाउ टू कंस्ट्रक्ट various angles, and in this all the angles given to you, you know how to draw with compass. द सेंट्रल एंगल का जो फॉर्मूला आई एम टेलिंग यू, वैल्यू ऑफ द कंपोनेंट, जो आपको ये नंबर ऑफ आवर दे रखा है वो ऊपर रखेंगे, डिवाइड करेंगे आप सम ऑफ वैल्यू से, जो नीचे आपको दे रखा है सम ऑफ वैल्यू, और मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे 360 से, बिकॉज दैट इज द एंगल अराउंड अ पॉइंट. दिस फॉर्मूला वी हैव यूज्ड हियर. आई हैव रिटन हियर अगेन जस्ट टू मेक you clear. Now we'll make the pie chart. I have given the full answer pie chart only, but how to make it I am explaining you. You can start from any of the angle. Suppose आपने सबसे पहले ये सेंटर सर्कल एक किसी भी कंपास में किसी भी रेडियस से आप एक सर्कल से बना सकते हैं. डोंट मेक इट अ बैंगल बिकॉज यू विल नॉट गेट दी सेंटर दैट टाइम. आपको ये सेंटर मिला, एक रेडियस आपने सबसे पहले कोई भी एक रेडियस अपनी मर्जी से डाल दिया. अब उसमें स्कूल है 90 डिग्री, तो उस पर 90 डिग्री का मैंने एंगल बनाया, और हेयर ऑल्सो यहाँ पर अलग से लिखा हुआ है स्कूल है, बट यू हैव टू राइट इट इन बिटवीन. और अगर स्पेस कम है तो आप भी सेपरेटली बाहर अलग कलर करके दिखा सकते हैं. अदरवाइज देर इज नो नीड टू डू कलरिंग एज वेल. You can just write school here, 90 degree and school. Then you can take, if you are taking from here, तो आप यहाँ पर रेडियस पहले आपने रख के 90 डिग्री बनाया. अब आप प्रोटेक्टर को अपसाइड डाउन रखेंगे तो 120 डिग्री यहाँ बनाया. दैट इज फॉर स्लीप. और नहीं, अगर आपको यहाँ से नहीं समझ में आ रहा तो 90 डिग्री के इस रेडियस से आपकी जो ये लाइन आई है, फ्रॉम दिस लाइन now construct any other angle. It is not necessary that you have to take which one. You can take any one. तो आपने 45 डिग्री का लिया, उसकी यहाँ पर लिख दिया that 45 डिग्री is for others. फिर 45 डिग्री की जो नेक्स्ट लाइन आई, दिस लाइन, इस पर अपने कंपास को 0 पर रखेंगे और एक 15 डिग्री का एंगल बनाया, दैट इज फॉर टीवी. देन जो नेक्स्ट लाइन आई आपकी टीवी की, उस पर रखेंगे इस लाइन पर कंपास के 0 डिग्री को, जहां से आप 0 बनाते हैं. आपने 60 डिग्री का एंगल बनाया और उसमें लिख देंगे स्टडी. 60 से जो ये यहाँ पर रखेंगे तो ये बनकर आएगा आपका 30 डिग्री आपने बनाया. देन 30 डिग्री इज फॉर प्लेइंग. अब जो आपका लास्ट वाला बचेगा वो ऑटोमेटिकली उतना ही बचेगा जो आपका लास्ट एंगल बचेगा, बट यू हैव टू चेक इट. आप यहाँ पर लाइन रखकर उसको चेक करिए कि क्या ये 120 डिग्री का बना है. इफ इट इज the last angle whatever is left with you, then it makes sure that your pie chart has been correct. And there is, I'm telling you again, no need कि आपको coloring करनी है इसमें exactly ऐसे ही. You can just draw and write it with pencil here. Okay. So with this, whatever the questions are there in the exercise for making pie chart, you have to try it on your own. I will check it later on, but you have to try it once. The next way in this chapter is probability. This is a new thing for you, I guess. You have not studied it earlier. This is very, very easy. Nothing much to do in this. Probability is the branch of mathematics concerning numerical descriptions of how likely an event is to occur or how likely it is that a proposition is true. Don't go with this definition. It seems very difficult math. But probability at the end you will be saying, ma'am, it is a very easy concept. जबकि ये concept आपका 9th और 10th में भी आएगा. बट इट इज एक्चुअली आई एम टेलिंग यू वेरी इजी। मैथ्स में डेफिनेशंस और नेम्स जो आते हैं हमारे ऑलवेज, वो बहुत डेफिनेशंस देखकर हमें लगता है ओ दिस इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट। सो आपको ये डेफिनेशन पढ़ के भी लगेगा इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट, सो डोंट गो विद द डेफिनेशन, विल रीड द डेफिनेशन अगेन इन द लास्ट। फर्स्ट नाउ अंडरस्टैंड probability in simple words, it's the chance of an event to be happen or not. Like अभी मौसम बहुत क्लाउडी हो रहा है, तो will it rain tomorrow or not? This is probability that there is a chance, या तो वो बारिश होगी या नहीं होगी. So what is the probability here is 1/2, कि आपके पास 2 options हैं, होगी या नहीं होगी 2, और उनमें से certain है कि एक चीज होगी. So 1/2 is the probability. That's it. This is probability. प्रोबेबिलिटी इज अ नंबर, आंसर जो आपका आएगा वो हमेशा बिटवीन 0 एंड 1 आएगा, वेयर 0 जो होगा वो बताएगा कि इम्पॉसिबल है, और 1 इंडिकेट करेगा अगर आपकी फाइनल प्रोबेबिलिटी 1 आ रही है, इट इंडिकेट्स दैट सर्टेनिटी ऐसा होगा ही होगा. मैंने जो भी आपको एग्जांपल दिया उसमें प्रोबेबिलिटी 1 न्यूमरेटर में थी, बट होल प्रोबेबिलिटी इज 1/2 कि बारिश होगी या नहीं होगी. सो दैट 1/2 मीन्स 0.5. it means it comes between 0 and 1. So उसमें कुछ 50% चांसेस हैं कि बारिश होगी या नहीं होगी. लेकिन अगर कोई प्रोबेबिलिटी ऐसी आती है जैसे 1/1 या 5/5, देन दैट शोज सर्टेनिटी कि ऐसा होगा ही होगा. और अगर बारिश नहीं हो रही है, कोई चांस ही नहीं है, तो इट इज 0/2. देन देयर इज नो चांस, इम्पॉसिबल है. ओके. सो अभी बारिश तो चलो एक अनसर्टेन चीज है कि आप मौसम वेदर के बारे में यू कैन नॉट से, इट्स नॉट प्रिडिक्टेबल मच, बट देर आर मेनी काइंड्स ऑफ क्वेश्चंस. आई गिव यू सम एग्जांपल्स हियर आल्सो. प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ एन इवेंट कैसे निकलेगा? ऊपर न्यूमरेटर में आप रखेंगे नंबर ऑफ फेवरेबल आउटकम्स, मींस जो आपको क्लियर पता है, और नीचे आएंगे टोटल नंबर ऑफ आउटकम्स. जैसे अभी हमने करा कि बारिश आने के 2 चांस हैं, लेकिन उनमें से एक हमारा लग रहा है, तो 1/2 उसकी आएगी. दिस इज द फॉर्मूला ऑफ प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ एन इवेंट. अब देयर इज अ रैंडम एक्सपेरिमेंट वर्ड. इसमें क्या होता है? रैंडम एक्सपेरिमेंट इज लाइक आपने एक डाइस लिया, आपने उसको 3 टाइम्स थ्रो करा, तो दिस इज एन एक्सपेरिमेंट यू हैव डन. A random experiment is one whose outcome cannot be predicted exactly in advance. आप एडवांस में उसके बारे में कुछ नहीं कह सकते हैं. वन और मोर आउटकम्स ऑफ एन एक्सपेरिमेंट जब आपने करे ज्यादा, 1 बार 2 बार 3 बार, देन दैट मेक्स एन इवेंट. दीज आर द 2 न्यू वर्ड्स इन दिस probability. One is random experiment and the other one is an event. ये इतना सब जो आपने लिखा हुआ देखा, अभी आप आगे करेंगे तो यू विल बी फाइंडिंग इट मोर इजी. उसमें इसका कुछ यूज नहीं होगा, एंड द स्टूडेंट्स डेफिनेटली स्कोर फुल मार्क्स इन प्रोबेबिलिटी. एग्जाम्पल्स कहाँ कहाँ हम प्रोबेबिलिटी यूज करते हैं? जैसे देयर इज अ 20% चांस ऑफ रेन टुमारो. अब दिस इज द एग्जैक्ट एग्जाम्पल हाउ टू डू द क्वेश्चन. व्हेन फ्लिपिंग अ कॉइन देयर इज अ 50% प्रोबेबिलिटी दैट इट विल बी हेड्स. तो उसमें नंबर ऑफ फेवरेबल आउटकम्स है कि हमें हेड चाहिए. तो जब आपने कॉइन थ्रो किया तो इधर यू विल बी गेटिंग अ हेड और यू विल बी गेटिंग अ टेल. तो ओनली 2 ऑप्शंस आर देयर. सो टोटल नंबर ऑफ आउटकम्स हो गए हमारे, 1 इज हेड 1 इज टेल. इसमें फेवरेबल मीन्स जो हमें क्वेश्चन में चाहिए, हमें हेड्स चाहिए, तो हेड का नंबर कितना है? 1. फेवरेबल आउटकम का नंबर लेना है. ऐसे ही टोटल नंबर ऑफ आउटकम्स लेने हैं. एच और टी जो है हेड एंड टेल, दैट आवर आउटकम्स, नॉट नंबर. हेड और टेल हमारे आउटकम्स हैं, और आउटकम्स को एक और नाम दिया जाता है सैंपल स्पेस. सैंपल स्पेस में होता है कि आउटकम्स हमारे टोटल कौन कौन से क्या क्या आउटकम्स हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड सैंपल स्पेस. सो टोटल नंबर ऑफ आउटकम्स हमारे यहाँ पर हुए 2 और फेवरेबल आउटकम्स है हमारे 1. सो प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ गेटिंग अ हेड इज 1/2, क्योंकि 1 ऊपर हम रखते हैं न्यूमरेटर में नंबर ऑफ फेवरेबल आउटकम्स, और डिनोमिनेटर में रखते हैं हम नंबर ऑफ टोटल आउटकम्स. तो द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ गेटिंग अ हेड इज 1/2. If we are having a spinner, उसमें 4 colors हैं. This is another example. Equal size space है. There is 1 in 4 probability that it will land on any one color. अगर उसमें 4 colors हैं, और if we are choosing, we are spinning that spinner, जो जब वो रुकेगा एक पॉइंटर पर आके, तो वो किसी एक पर रुकेगा. So एक किसी भी एक पर्टिकुलर नंबर के आने की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या होगी, 1/4, बिकॉज 4 उसमें टोटल नंबर्स हैं और किसी एक पर वो रुकेगा। अब सपोज देयर आर 9 रेड कैंडीज इन अ बैग और एक ब्लू कैंडी है उस बैग में। अब मैं आपसे पूछ रही हूँ व्हाट इज द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ गेटिंग अ ब्लू कैंडी। सो 1 is the number of blue candy and total are 9 plus 1 is 10. So 1/10 is the probability of getting a blue candy. So can you please tell me what is the probability of getting a red candy? I hope you all get it. It would be 9/10 because 9 is the probability of red, number of red, and total are. So 9/10 is the probability of red candies. So here is, we are going to sum up our chapter. The different ways to represent data is pictograph, where we use picture images, bar graph, इसमें हमने आज 4 types के bar graphs पढ़े, vertical bar graph, then horizontal bar graph, then double bar graph. That is basic types of bar graph. And now we have studied a histogram also. Another one is frequency distribution table. That is also we have studied of 2 types. One is in grouping and one is of discrete बोलते हैं उसको, जो हमने सिंगल वाली करी थी, that is called discrete. जो सिंगल टेबल हमने ली थी, तो सिंगल टेबल को बोलते हैं discrete group frequency distribution table, DISCRETE. And the other one we have done is grouping frequency distribution table. And the last one we have done the pie chart. That is in the form of a circle. And probability is a little bit different thing from handling of your data. Right? So I hope all of this is clear to you well. So try your exercise questions, whatever you can on your own. Do try it according to your time, because copying it from the questions done is very easy, but not understandable in maths in your mind. So first attempt you have to do on your own by trying the questions yourself. So I request you all, please try your questions, and when I will be sending you another video, then that time you have to check the answers, that are you doing correct or not. अगर आप पहले खुद ट्राई कर लेते हैं तो इट विल रिटेन इन योर माइंड फॉर एवर, एंड एग्जाम टाइम में भी आपको उस चीज को बहुत ज्यादा नहीं करना पड़ता है अगर आप खुद से ट्राई करते हैं। बट अगर आप ब्लैक बोर्ड से, कॉपी से या स्क्रीन से यहाँ से कॉपी डाउन कर लेंगे, so it will not retain in your minds. This is a very simple thing, so please I request you, try it once on your own. Thank you so much.